Hey guys, welcome back to the channel. Today's video is going to be about a car that's always in the background. We dressed it a little bit, but not too much. It's definitely up there on the cool factor, and no, it's obviously not the bus. It is not the RX-7. Hell, it's not even this car, which you guys have never seen before, and it's not the 370. It is what's under this cover right here. So let's talk about it. But before we talk about what's under this cover right here, we need to talk about kind of an update with this car and the next build, the potential 4-rotor swap and all that good stuff. So the more we thought about it, the more we looked into it, the more unlikely right now, not never, but just right now, we are probably not going to do the 4-rotor swap in this thing just quite yet because, well, a couple reasons. First, just the pure cost of the engine. So we're talking just for the core, just for the block, which is just the housing and the rotors inside the housing, it is $40,000. That's a whole new car. That's not including the wiring, the plumbing, the fab, any of that kind of stuff. So if I were to guess, like the 4-rotor swap in here would potentially easily be a $100,000 build, which right now this channel we're not there yet, but again, I'm not saying we're never going to do it. The more we grow the channel, I promise you guys it will eventually happen. So what does that mean? Are we just gonna sit on our ass and just wait, pray to God that, you know, we'll eventually have the money for this thing? Of course not, guys. We wouldn't have built the channel if we were gonna do that. We are gonna do another build, and I think, like, if you guys pay attention to the post, the poll post that is new to YouTube, you will see the other option on there, and I think that might be the best option. It's very, very, very famous and kind of similar to this thing. It would be cool to take like a car that was famous on like a video game, hint, or social media, just like this thing was, then make it in real life, because I feel like that's like kind of the theme of this channel now. I mean, this thing, obviously it all started as a render, but anyway guys, if you're curious of what I'm talking about, go look at our community tab on the polls and you'll see what I'm talking about. But anyway guys, enough procrastinating. Let's get the cover off this thing. And let's see really quickly, just like that. Surprise guys, here it is. The other wide body bus, the twin 2 hours right here. So let's dive into it. Let's get into a good angle here where we can see both cars. All right, there you go guys. So the reason why I want to make this video showing both cars is whenever you see this car, the yellow car, there's always this car also in the background. So I just kind of want to tell the story of why there's two of them and whose is this exactly. So yeah. So this car belongs to our business partner, one of our good friends, basically an extended part of our family, and that is FB County. So the reason why there's two and the reason why FB County is involved is because when we had the idea to build this thing right here, we showed them the idea and they're like, hey, like, can we sponsor it? Can we be a part of it? And then we're like, I mean, yeah, sure. But then we were like, wait a second. Robert 3 Design, Robert made two of these cars. He made the pickup, but he also made a bus version. So that's when a light bulb like hit us and we were like, wait a second, let's do two of them. Then we get the best of both worlds. And for those of you who manufacture anything, you know that's always cheaper to build or make two or basically more of one of something. So what do I mean by that exactly? So let's just take the front splitter for example. So we already have the mold for this car, so just transfer that over to this car, and then you have the cost of that mold divided by 2 instead of divided by 1. But as the build progressed, we realized for some of the parts we could not just copy and paste over. So what do I mean by that? Here, let me show you. So for example, the over fender here, you look at it and then you look at that one over there and you think, okay, it looks exactly the same. Well, that's not exactly the case. You see, these cars are so old, and you know, these are 60s cars made by humans, not machines, which means they're not all exactly the same. which also means the parts you put on it cannot also exactly be the same. So if you measured out this, you took the dimensions of this over fender here, and you took the dimensions of that over fender there. Yes, they are similar, but they are not exactly the same. So if we just took this one and then transferred over here, the fitment wouldn't be perfect. And yes, I know for like your universal over fender that would work, but to get this gap, guys, to get it absolutely perfect, every single quarter panel had to be made for that specific car. So when people ask us like, why didn't you guys like mass produce this so people could buy it? Well, that's exactly the reason why. Because it has to be, for it to be perfect, which is what we're all about, every single car would have to be scanned, and the mold will have to be made for that specific car in order to get it exactly like this. But yeah, guys, that's a short and simple story of how and why this one exists right here. And honestly, it's just so cool, guys, because like they're the same but so different. I mean, this one's like the bright in your face, and then we have like the stealthy, like badass motherfucker right here. And you know, looking at both of our interiors, FB County's is all their fabrics, and then ours is all our fabrics as the interior. And let me just tell you guys, these two driving down the street, I cannot imagine a more insane, aggressive, like in-your-face duo. And if you guys are ever at a show that we're at, both of these will always be there together. So you guys have to check them out for yourself. And remember, guys, the 370 is up for auction right now on Cars for Bids and Bids at no reserve. So it is selling no matter what, and we gotta get this price up there because that dictates what and how far we can go with the next build. So if you guys are interested, the link, it will be somewhere in the description. Okay, I wanted to save this clip for the end of the video because I want to get something off my chest, if that makes sense. Something that means a lot to me, and I know this is in the back of people's heads, whether they say it or not, and that is basically like how I got to this point. I mean, dude, I'm freaking 25 years old. Like I'm so lucky, and I worked my ass off at a very, very young age in college to get where I am today, to be able to do stuff like this. But I don't know, I mean, I know people think of this, I literally had people say it to my face that like, oh, like you're just using your parents' money, or you know, stupid shit like that. And I just want to like throw it out there, like just because you're young, guys, doesn't mean you gotta wait till you're like 30, 40 years old to do something crazy. If you can start at a young age, especially guys, with social media now, you can get so much done at a young age. And I'm not talking about like doing some stupid shit like OnlyFans or something like that. I'm talking about establishing a real brand, because if you don't have a brand, you don't market it properly nowadays, I don't know how you can do anything. And trust me, guys, I've been through a lot of shit in my life. Family trauma, mental trauma, health trauma. I mean, one thing, like I know I probably cut it up, but sometimes like I stutter a lot. That comes from a very, very traumatic injury I had when I was little. So there's definitely a freaking story there. And that is the many reasons why I am the way I am right now at such a young age, is because all the shit that I had to deal with when I was a kid. So like that kind of stuff is what motivates me to motivate other people. Because dude, I've been, like I just said, I've been through so much shit in my life. And now like the whole meaning for me personally is like just to simply motivate and help people, or put a smile on people's face. I didn't really want to say this until like now, because I know this channel is supposed to be about cars, not how I got to this point in my life. But honestly, if I can help one person, that is so cool, and like something that would means the world to me, honestly. Like to inspire people, just like how like Kobe did and all these guys did, man. That's so freaking cool. So yeah, guys, yeah, it's kind of a weird way to end this thing, but Just know, guys, like I'm not that type of guy to just like to flash stuff in your face. And I've seen like comments being like, hey, like, yeah, this guy has a lot, and he's in a very good point in his life at a young age, but like it's not like he's flashing it around like, you know, some of the people you guys see on the internet. And as this channel evolves and you guys get to know me more personally, you guys will see that very, very easily. So yeah, guys, until next time, I think that's a good way to end it. Let me know, start something in the comments and we can go back and forth. And until next time, guys, see you later. Have a good one. Peace.